Right now, I'm going to a business meeting with a man I've only ever heard legends and stories about. A man I never thought I would meet. A man who is so deeply rooted in Bulgarian history. Connected with relationships that I can't even describe it to you, but I don't want to say anything at all because from this business meeting, I will learn more about this man, about his business, and what exactly he wants to change in it so that his business idea becomes relevant in 2026. And after that, with this amazing woman, we're going to a rooftop because this is our last week in Bangkok before we go to Phuket.
Yes, really, the last week. What a beautiful bouquet I have.
Oh, yes, yes, yes! Well, a beautiful woman has received a beautiful bouquet. Legends, rate this outfit from 1 to 10. I want to hear the comments. I know the shoes are a bit dirty, but I got some Crep Protect to clean my shoes myself. I'll tell you how to clean your own shoes. I used to love doing that, but I'll clean mine before we go to Phuket Island. Not now, because who cares about the city right now? You're really awesome. Wow, what a cool taxi came to pick me up. It's just a whole computer. This is a really awesome car. This taxi cost me 9 leva. I'll be traveling for 35 minutes. From Academia Grand Tower, where I live, to Grand Center Point, which is on the other side of the city. It's a bit more of a business area there, very close to the hotel where the last Hangover movie was filmed. There, I arranged my business meeting there with this guy I met a few days ago in the most random way possible. I'm not telling you any information about my business meeting because it's about something very interesting and delicate, and I want to find out a bit more before I make a decision whether I want to work on this project or not, because it's something that has existed for many years, but it's something that hasn't been talked about by people for many years, or rather, it's not something young people talk about. And I want to understand a little more about the product itself, whether it's worth my time and effort, and everything I could do. As you know, I work in marketing, and creating a marketing strategy is something that businesses and other companies seek me out for, to build marketing strategies for 3, 6, or 12 months. And influencing is a great way for me to make money. But a large part of my finances and my income comes from businesses hiring me to create marketing strategies and execute them. I believe that's why I'm doing so well with my own businesses and their strategies. I mean, we have really good numbers. In some really fancy hotel, there's a meeting on the 30th floor restaurant. Ha! Look at what a wonderful woman I found here at the club. Hello, miss. I'm Dean. Nice to meet you.
Is this a club?
Well, it's not a club, but a rooftop place. So the first rooftop we wanted to go to is a rooftop bar club, but there were no seats because we thought, oh, it's Sunday. We don't need a reservation. And obviously we actually needed one. So we'll go another day, but we still wanted to go to a rooftop today. So we went to this rooftop where the entrance fee here is 25 leva. And with the entrance fee, you actually get food included. And that's quite a deal. The place itself is located in the center of Bangkok. And it's both a restaurant and a rooftop, and it's really nice. These are the foods that are included in the price. We pay 500 for the entrance plus one combo, which is really good because just the combo alone actually covers the entire entrance fee for this place. Wow, what an amazing woman. Oh my God, Miss Gel. You look so good. Do you work out?
Yes, it happens from time to time. 4 times a week it happens.
Only, I think it's more with the yoga.
Yes, mostly yoga, but I also climb.
You're very beautiful.
Thank you.
Week 16 starts today, Monday. For 15 weeks, I was losing weight. For 15 weeks, I was eating between 2,000 and 2,500 calories on both training and non-training days. And for 15 weeks, I have been strict at about 70 to 75 to 80%. And today, week number 16 starts and I look like this. This morning, I weighed myself and my weight was 83.7 kilograms, which means that in the last 15 weeks, I have lost 15 kilograms, which calculates to 1 kilogram per week. And most likely it could have been more if I had been a bit more strict because I was only about 75% strict, but I managed to keep my social life, my personal life. I didn't lose myself in the corner. And I can say that this was one of my easiest preps because I didn't prioritize it first, I prioritized myself. I'm not a professional bodybuilder, nor do I live for the gym, but the results I achieved are ones that satisfy me. Right now, it's the beginning of week 16. And honestly, I thought that if I lost weight for 4 months, I would look something like this. But the truth is, I have no idea how many kilos I need to be to look chiseled as fuck like those aesthetic guys. Instagram models, how many more kilos do I need to lose? Oh my God. Because I used to be fat, I have a lot of loose skin here, which you can't see when I'm standing, but when I sit down, damn it, someone might say I'm 7 months pregnant. A lot of skin gathers up, but that's how it is. That's the burden of everyone who used to be fat. As you can see, when I turn to the side, it really shows right here. No one cares about this part of their belly but me, since no one looks at me this way. Oh, were you fat there or something? But that's one of those things that everyone has for themselves. Everyone knows where to look for their own flaws. But the truth is, nobody cares. Today I'll take you with me. I'll show you the entire upper body workout that I do. Push day, today we have chest, triceps, shoulders. The secret to having strength during a cut is to eat most of your carbs before your workout and most of your carbs after your workout, but not late at night. Lately, I've had more carbs in the evening, and Lisa and I ate more food over the weekend. So now you'll see my breakfast. These are 3 sandwiches with a lot of meat, avocado, cheese. And underneath there are scrambled eggs. These are some really good calories. Then I'll have some papaya and I'm done. Watch what's happening. The sandwiches I ate were 800 calories, and you can see the macros Lisa made on the screen. Thanks for cooking for me, baby. If you don't have a wife cooking for you, your cut will be much harder. Guaranteed. She makes my life easier, better, and more satisfying.
I count calories too.
She counts my calories while she cooks?
She cooks just enough. I think that's the way to say it. That's probably the most annoying thing in the whole thing.
She does it for me because she loves me. And I love her. Here. The legends I kissed her hand. But as we discussed, there are only 40 grams of carbohydrates and I need to eat more carbs before my workout, so I brought some fruit. 700 grams of papaya. Yes! The truth is, after we finished eating, we fell asleep. As I told you, today I'm taking you with me to the gym for my push day. I want you to see the difference in my physique here. Regardless of the lighting, I use these kinds of wraps. And I want you to see how this time I failed my first 2 attempts at inclined double chest press because I realized I was using the wrong bench, and now I'm using a slightly narrower bench and it's no problem, well, with a bit more effort because I'm training to failure and now I'm lifting the first ones. Dumbbells, and my first set is with 40 kilograms and the goal is between 6 and 8 reps. Every set I do is to heavy failure so I can achieve hypertrophy. And the second set I do for most of my exercises is with 10 to 15% less weight, and I do between 10 and 12 repetitions. That's how my coach taught me. As you can see, the technique itself is better and much more controlled, but I keep the strength with my first main set. We always train to failure. Here I'm messing a bit with Liza. She totally doesn't get that I'm messing with her and goes crazy. The second exercise I do now replaces the bench press. This is a chest press machine. On it, I do 55 per arm, which is a total of 110. Since I once seriously messed up my shoulder, on the bench press during the cut, I realized that bench press is not a good idea. As you can see here, I also train to failure. Here I'm dying. After that, I do something like flies. Since this time the cables were taken and there were quite a lot of people in my gym, I said, I'm not going to wait 10 minutes just to do my exercise. Sometimes I do this instead of cables. and it hits pretty well. For shoulders, I saw a Russian guy using sensors to show the front and middle delts are activated most by this exercise. Activates the shoulder more than others, and since I started, my shoulders have grown rapidly. Highly recommend. I do 2 sets of 12 reps. Here I'm showing how pumped my chest is and my shoulder is just insane. And then I have just some generic triceps exercises. Here I'm enjoying the company of the Ukrainian girl who I don't know how has been with me for almost 3 years now. Yeah, something like that. Can you believe it? I keep annoying her. So yeah, I have to do triceps here. And there's nothing special about this exercise, so I just decided to skip it. So, for abs, I do ab roller. I want to tell you that this is the most disgusting exercise you could ever do for your abs. But after you do 1 or 2 sets of this 2 or 3 times a week, I guarantee you that the muscle soreness you'll feel will be the worst thing in the world. It's an extremely good exercise for the inner part of your abs and for the aesthetic look that I'm after. I alternate it with some other exercises, as always, and I do it to failure. Here I come to enjoy the pump a bit because there's nothing better than seeing how you have results from the whole workout. And also, the lighting in the gym, in the locker room is really nice. I want to praise Liza for how hard she works with my food and my calories. I want you to know I couldn't have achieved this without you. I love you very much and I appreciate you.
I'm glad that you appreciate me.
Oh, princess, I'm going to sell this. Oops. Oops, princess. And I'm going to sell this. As you can see, I sold my remote. And now I'm selling this Ableton Push, which I've used for less than 2 hours. And it's one of my biggest financial losses I've ever made because I thought I'd have time to learn it, but I never did. Just look at this. What am I talking about? Wow, such a nice dinner. Today is actually one of those days that didn't go as planned. I woke up very late and at noon I slept much more than I wanted to. I went to the gym, waited until 5, and honestly, that's not how my day usually goes. Actually, most of the time I go to the gym at 1, I wake up around 8 or 9, I do cardio in the morning, and my day starts much earlier and ends much earlier. My meal after the gym is usually around 3:30, 4, 5, but now my meal after the gym is at 8:30. And one of the things I learned during this cut is that nothing ever goes as planned. And before, when I always tried to have everything go according to plan, I felt really bad and would fall into these mini depressions like, oh my God, I'm not perfect. The truth is, it doesn't matter if you're off plan for a day or even 3. In the long-term picture, you know, when you look at the timeline in the long run, those little days when you're off plan really don't matter. They're not a big problem. The main thing is over 75% of the time you're on plan. Even if I'm off plan today, I'm still within my calories, did my cardio, and went to the gym. Yeah, I'm eating a bit later. I won't have the best sleep in the world because I'll have eaten 4 or 5 hours before I go to bed. But that's life. Life can never tell you. Life can't predict when it's going to rain, especially if we happen to live in a tropical country. When, for example, something will happen in life, when you'll be in a bad mood, when you'll have problems in the family, in business, or some kind of tension. The important thing is to remember that we, the people who train and are not bodybuilders and not professionals, can't put on a pedestal fitness and appearance in the first place, because if we put it first but don't treat it as, first place, we'll always feel bad. And in this corner, I put fitness and health. In third place, fitness and appearance. And in first place, mental health and physical health. And that allowed me to have these good results that I have now. Liza, this is the best bolognese in the world. And really, having a girlfriend who cooks for you changes things a lot. Watch what happens. The cardio I do 4 times a week right now is 12 incline, 4 speed. I replaced running once a week with this because I used to do 1 run and 3 times. Incline, now I do incline 4 times because running afterwards tires me out so much that I can't train properly. And it really stresses me out in this area because I always do cardio fasted. I don't eat anything before cardio. That's how I've been taught. And to run 5 kilometers in under 28 to 29 minutes. After that, it's hard for me to function during the day on a cut. And I want to get back to running after the cut is over. And also, does this burn more calories or about the same amount of calories for much less physical effort on the knees and on the legs? Now, of course, there aren't the same benefits for the cardiovascular system, but for the heart vascular system. I turn out to be wrong, but in the end, right now we're aiming for appearance. This morning I weighed in at 83.5 kilograms. I measured myself before using the bathroom, so I might be 100 or 200 grams lighter. I'm very happy with how I look right now. I got past the phase of being small, soft and chubby because for 4 or 5 weeks I just looked small and chubby, not very lean, and now I'm starting to look more defined every day. My chest is getting more defined, my biceps are getting more defined. Not that I have, veins, I've never had veins on my biceps, but overall, slowly but surely, even the lower part of my abs is starting to show. I'm very happy, my face looks really good. And why am I still filming this morning? Because now, when I go back upstairs, I want to show you a life hack I do for better abs. Not every morning, but about 2 or 3 times a week. So, besides AB workouts and cardio and cutting, I have a few other ways that can help you get abs. A little faster, but these methods are more like cosmetic ways. You need one of these. It looks like some kind of weapon from Naruto. Or like brass knuckles, but with a blade. This is a body gua sha, and I saw it from Ashton Hall, a guy who does morning routines. And as you can see, if you do it like this, it scrapes the skin a lot. That's why you need some kind of cream that is a moisturizing cream, and you need more. You take this moisturizing cream and you apply it on your belly. And you start doing it like this. You start first with your hands. Now, what you're doing is lymphatic drainage of the belly. And this thing, no matter how extreme it sounds, actually, lymphatic drainage of the belly with hands works, but if you do it, it will take a lot of pressure and a very long time. However, if you use the body gua sha, you take, and while it's oily, you stretch your skin and start. This works if you are already a bit slimmer. Now, if you're overweight, there's no way this will work. But if you do this, for example, every day or every other day, the lymph nodes around the stomach will go away. And your stomach will just be cleaner and will look cleaner, maybe. Yes, like that. And the idea is for it to be strong. It has to hurt. It has to hurt. And I know a lot of people will say this is bullshit. This is not a way to get abs, right? Long term, this is a way to contour abs. However, if you do it every day, really every day, the idea is to squeeze at the moment and it should hurt. You do it until it turns red. Then a little to the side, like this. Then on the other side. And then again, when you start to feel it catching, or that your stomach is already red, you don't stop then. You put on a little more cream. You spread it. And as you can see, even during the video, the belly becomes visibly cleaner. Don't worry, the red spots don't last for a long time. In just 15 to 20 minutes, they go away on their own. I'll leave it like this, so you can see from the side how it looks. Oh yes. Even now, during the video, I can feel my stomach getting harder. And the lymph just starts moving and I can pull it in a bit more. It's good to do this, for example, when you haven't eaten, because otherwise it's harder. The final result looks like this. Much cleaner. Removing the red makes it look cool. This thing actually works very well. Yeah. This is actually the last way. I hope I've answered quite a few questions that you've had about my corner and my change of appearance. I really like how I look right now. I'm very happy. The corner is in action. I can't wait to talk with Victor Taskov and record his advice on whether I should keep the corner. And at the end of this week, we're going back to Phuket Island to look for a new home, a new house with Liza. And I'll record the whole process because a lot of people have always asked me, where do we find houses? How much do the houses cost? How can we view them? We're going to look at houses for our next home with Liza, and all of this will be in a YouTube series, and I can't wait to record it. Stay tuned, subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you in the comments. Whoever has stayed until this part of the YouTube video, write Legend.